In June of 2011, fans in Belgrade, Serbia, showed up expecting Amy Winehouse to deliver the soulful, electrifying performance that made her famous worldwide. Instead, they witnessed one of the most heartbreaking meltdowns in music history. When Amy walked on stage, it was immediately clear something wasn't right. She appeared disoriented, stumbling and mumbling her words. Her band tried to play on, but Amy struggled to remember her lyrics, slurred her speech, and at times simply stood still, staring blankly into the crowd. As the minutes dragged on, the audience grew restless. Booing started to echo through the arena as fans realized they weren't going to get the performance they had hoped for. It was supposed to be the first night of a European tour, but instead it became the infamous moment Amy Winehouse was booed off stage. The fallout was immediate. The concert was branded a disaster in the media, and within 24 hours, her management canceled the remainder of the tour. Officially, the statement said Amy needed time to recover, but privately it was clear she was losing the fight with her addictions. Friends, family, and fans had been watching her decline for years. That Belgrade concert became the last major stage appearance of her career, just 1 month before her death. To understand why this moment was so devastating, you have to look back at Amy's long struggle with substance abuse. After skyrocketing to fame with her album Back to Black, she became one of the most promising voices of her generation. But along with fame came pressure, scrutiny, and toxic relationships. Amy was introduced to heavy drinking and drugs early in her career, and by the late 2000s, her public image was defined as much by her erratic behavior as by her music. She openly admitted her battles with alcohol, heroin, crack cocaine, and prescription pills, and her chaotic relationship with Blake Fielder Civil only fueled the spiral. Rehab stints came and went, but sobriety never lasted. Paparazzi often caught her stumbling through London streets, sometimes bruised and battered, other times incoherent. What made it worse was that her voice, once so powerful and rich, began to falter as her health declined. The Belgrade show was a tragic symbol of how far she had fallen. What should have been a triumphant return became a public breakdown, and the cancellation that followed was the industry's way of saying she could no longer be relied on to perform. Tragically, just weeks later in July 2011, Amy Winehouse was found dead at 27 years old from alcohol poisoning. Her story remains one of the most cautionary tales in music, a reminder of how addiction, fame, and pressure can destroy even the brightest talent. The image of her standing on that stage in Belgrade, lost and unable to perform, will always be remembered as the moment the world saw Amy Winehouse's struggles laid bare.